Fire in the pit barrel hole. Let's cook some pork belly. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome once again to my backyard barbecue grill. I'm happy today because I've got some pork belly. I love pork bellies. People say, oh, it's all fat. Well, it's not. It's not all fat. There's some meat in there. There's a lot of meat in this pork belly. And I've left the skin on the pork belly. We're going to marinate it. And I'm going to hot smoke it tomorrow. I've got to marinate overnight. Let me get the pork belly out of the way. I just wanted you to see it because it's so beautiful. And then we'll make our marinade for this pork belly. Stay tuned. Okay, I got my mini food chopper out here. And I'm going to start putting stuff in it. We're going to start out with some garlic. 10 cloves of garlic, John. I know you like your garlic. I do too. 10 cloves is a lot. That'll keep the vampires away. 10 cloves of garlic. Then I've got some fresh thyme. And what I got to do with that is strip the leaves off of it. I don't want the stems in there. It's kind of a tedious process. Maybe I'll do that off camera. Anyway, we got to get the leaves of the thyme. Got to get a good bunch of thyme in there. We got the thyme, right? Okay, yeah, we got thyme. There's some thyme. Shoot, I don't want you to have to watch me put thyme into a jar. Who's got time for that? Nobody. Ain't nobody got time for that. Here, I'll just have to strip some off. Strip it off the hard way. I want to get some thyme in there though. I don't care too much if the stem gets in there, but it's better if it doesn't. It's better for it not. No, it smells really good. The thyme, fresh thyme. Nothing like fresh thyme. That's nowhere near enough thyme in there. Stay tuned. I'll bring you right back. Okay, so I managed to get a good bit of thyme in my food processor. Now we're going to put some onion. I've got a whole onion sliced up. We're going to get in there. We're going to have to probably give this thing a few pulses to get that onion and garlic broken up, because I got a lot of other stuff to put in there. So let me get the top of this thing right here. Put the top on it. You don't want to hear that noise. Let me get that pulsed up for you, and then I'll bring you back to the next part of it. Stay tuned. Okay, so far all we have is garlic, thyme, and onions. I've got some bell pepper I'm going to jam in there. And I'm probably going to have to pulse that up again too, because you don't have to watch that. I think I can keep going with this though. We're going to need some soy sauce. Need about 1/4 of a cup. I'm going to put a 1/2 cup of soy sauce in there. And again, I'm sorry to make you watch me pour out soy sauce. It's got a restrictor on it. That's a 1/2 cup measure right there. 1/2 cup of soy sauce. Some of it went in the food processor. Then we need a 1/2 cup of olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil. 1/2 cup of that. This also has a restrictor to keep you from pouring it too fast. That's okay. 1/2 cup of olive oil. Some of it went in the food processor. See that? I gotta get my paper towel and clean this mess. Anyway, let's keep going. I got some steak seasoning. This is the Great Canadian Steak Seasoning. We're gonna dump some of that in there. In fact, we're gonna dump a lot of that in there. That's salt, pepper, garlic, and red pepper, black pepper. It's a steak seasoning. That's all you need to know. Then I've got some of this. This is chili garlic sauce. The rooster, Dan. Respect the rooster. Now, this stuff's hot, so you want to put as much as you want of it in there to make it as hot as you want. But I think a teaspoon is enough for me, but I'm going to put 2 teaspoons, because don't forget, this is a marinade. You know, it's going to be marinating on the meat, so it's not that big of a deal. Anyway, here's what I really wanted to show you. This is the kicker of this marinade. Japanese BBQ sauce. This stuff is awesome. If you haven't tried this, you gotta give this a try. I'm gonna put a lot of this in there because it's delicious. I tasted it. It is absolutely delicious. This jar of barbecue sauce cost $9, but I'll tell you what, it is absolutely delicious. And I'm gonna put about, I'm gonna call that a 1/2 cup of Japanese barbecue sauce. I'm gonna emulsify this up and pour it on the pork belly, and I'll show you what that looks like after I clean up the mess I made here, and we'll get our pork belly marinated, so stay tuned. Alright, the marinade is done. What we're going to do now is pour it all over that pork belly carefully so that I don't spill it, because I don't want to waste a drop of that amazing stuff. That garlic, chili powder, or chili garlic sauce, all those good things that's in that marinade, it's going to go all over that pork belly like that. We're going to get that in the fridge, leave it overnight. Tomorrow we'll come out, we're going to hang these in the pit barrel, and we're going to cook them till they get 160 degrees internal temperature, and then we're going to take the top off the pit barrel, let it get hot, and crisp up the skin. I left the skin on the pork belly purposely. So I'm going to shake that around, get that all on there. The marinade is done. Let that sit overnight. It smells amazing. And that Japanese barbecue sauce is delicious all by itself. I'm going to use that to finish it. Let me get that in the fridge, get that overnight, and tomorrow we'll come out and smoke this. So stay tuned. My well marinated pork bellies are hanging in the pit barrel. We've got some mesquite wood for smoke. We've got a thermometer in that one. When we get to 160 degrees, we're going to pull the top off of it and just let that fire run wild and crisp up that pork belly skin. So stay tuned. We'll show you what that looks like. We'll take a taste and we'll drink a beer. The pork bellies are up to temperature, so what I'm going to do now is just take the top off of that thing and just let it run wild for a while and see if I can't crisp up the skin, get some crispy skin going, some chicharrones, what the rednecks call cracklins. So let me get that done. It'll be time to serve this up and drink a beer, so stay tuned. Well, my pork belly's done. My idea for making cracklins didn't quite materialize the way it should have. The skin did not get very crispy, but we got some beautiful pieces of pork belly. Let's put some beer in a glass and take a taste of this awesome pork belly. There's the Frosty Repo. Here's today's beer. Trader Jose's, imported from Mexico, premium beer. This is an ale, 5%. It's supposed to be like Corona, I guess. It's in a Corona-shaped bottle from Trader Joe's. And even though this isn't a Mexican recipe, I've decided I want some Trader Joe's beer. So let's pour that out and see what that looks like, Rob. You can get this at Trader Joe's, Rob. They got Trader Joe's up in Jacksonville, pretty sure. And it ain't too bad looking. Ain't too bad looking of a beer. Got a nice head on it. I think it tastes like Corona. I think it's supposed to. It looks and tastes like Corona. Let's take a sniff of that. Yeah, that's what it's an ale though. I think Corona's a lager, isn't it? Pretty sure. Anyway, let's quaff the froth off it, baby. What do you think? That's very good. Tastes very good. Tastes a lot like Corona. Not exactly like Corona, but very similar. I gotta put some of this Japanese barbecue sauce, shut up dog, on a piece of this pork belly and get it in my mouth. The crispins, the skin didn't really crisp up the way I wanted it to, but it's okay. It's all good. Let me get this in my mouth. That's delicious. I love pork belly. I don't care what anybody says. Good stuff. Anyway. Oh. Yeah, the skin didn't crisp up the way I wanted it to, but that Japanese barbecue sauce is awesome. I can't say enough good things about it. It really makes the meat pop. Yeah, babies, anyway, that's my video. If you like this crap, please subscribe. If you don't, go open the iCard. I'll put somebody's channel up there. I'm not sure who just yet. I'll pick somebody I like. And you can go check whoever that's whoever's up there out. I'm eating another piece of pork belly. Oh, I love it. You know, people say it's too fatty. Yeah, it's fatty. But fat is good. It tastes delicious. Let's chew the fat. Anyway, babies, Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. See you next week. Bye.